It looks like it's going to be fairly sunny out, so I am going to be wearing my shades today just to show y'all. They are some Tifosi sunglasses. It seems like the little arm piece is adjustable and the nose piece, I haven't really messed with it too much. I've taken them on some shorter runs and they've held up fairly well. We'll see how they do on this longer run. As far as like hydration goes and whatnot, I'm finally going to be taking some water with me. So I will be taking a Nathan's handheld water bottle. It's the SpeedShot Plus. It'll be nice to be able to also carry the little gels inside of this little like pocket thing for it. So I'm still about an hour away from my fast being able to be broken. I'll probably be a few miles in like last time, and then I'll have one of these gel things. My legs aren't feeling as great as I was hoping they'd feel today, so fingers crossed that once I get going, it'll be a bit better. We'll see how these glasses hold up in this longer run and how I feel running with something on my left hand. Hopefully this works out well. I think the fact that I'm gonna have water with me in general is gonna be a good thing. I've mentioned before, I don't like carrying things on my back. I've tried it before, like having those like the camelbacks or whatever they're called, and also those belts with like water bottles on your hip or waist. I don't like that, so hopefully this works out well. I'm trying a little bit of a different path, and I'm having to cross a lot of major cross streets, so it's gonna be kind of funky today. Also, I'm trying to make my way to this trail. not 100% sure how to get there. Looks like a lot of things have changed up in this area, so I'm looking for like a sidewalk or something to get me there. Things did change up a little bit, but I just remembered how to get back to that trail, so should be there shortly. So this is actually different, and it looks like they built this, I don't even know how long. Maybe I was just oblivious to it. Definitely was after high school though. We used to have to run on the sidewalk, and so there'd be a lot of heavy traffic on here because it does lead to the freeway entrances. So yeah, it's really nice that they put this up. I made it on the trail. It's about 5 miles in. The rest of this run, or at least the majority of it, should be pretty chill as far as like having to avoid traffic and all that, so this will be nice. Water bottle hasn't been too bad. It's really nice that you don't have to actually hold on to it. I'm a little bit over 6 miles in, and so it's time for some water. It does have a little pull tab, but I already pulled it, so I'm not having to do that while I'm recording. So here we go. All right, not terrible. I like that you can squeeze it and get a little like squirt of water as opposed to having to put my lips on it. My legs do feel a little tired, more than usual, but yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I can at least match the last run that I did. Ideally, I would like to go a little bit over, but I guess only time will tell. So it looks like the rest of the trail that I was planning to use is closed because of flooding. Oh, there's a detour. I have no idea where it picks back up. Nah. 9 miles in, so it's time for a little bit of a energy gel. Whew. Life. I brought 2 with me again just in case, but I think today this is gonna be a lifesaver, especially with the way my legs are feeling. I'm a little bit over 13 miles in, and yeah, I'm feeling this one. I really don't mind wearing sunglasses. I've always been very skeptical, not of sunglasses, but just wearing them while I run. I hate the idea of them bouncing up and down on me, or moving around on me, getting fogged up, or just sweaty, and yeah. So that's why I never really did it. But these have held up really well. They don't really move on me too much, and they don't fog up. Or at least they haven't fogged up on me. So yeah, I like the fact that I can look out of the peripherals without having to turn my head. And if like cars are passing by and they kick up dust or dirt, I'm a little bit protected on the sides. This kind of sucks, but my watch is about to die. It's at 10%, so, and I'm at 15 and a half miles. My watch died. I think I was at like 17 and a half. Yeah, I don't know, maybe 18 miles. Real talk, I'm so done. So I know for sure it was a little bit over 20 miles. I ran around 10.4, so 10.40, whatever, miles before turning back. And I stopped about half a mile from the house, so I for sure got 20 miles, probably a little bit more than that, so not too bad, actually not bad at all. I'm not gonna lie, that was rough. I'm exhausted, my legs are done. I think the tough part about this was that I was crossing a lot of major streets, so I had to stop a lot. And also I did the trail, which it's a paved trail, but it's still a trail. So it's a windy path, a bunch of little hills, little drops, made a big difference as opposed to the typical route I take, which is mainly on the road. So it's a lot more even. It's fairly flat, and like the inclines, there's not as many like little steep ones. It's just like a low incline, a slow incline, and then like a low decline. Yeah, my calves are definitely feeling this one. It wasn't as fun as the other runs. So it's the day after the 20-mile run. I just hit a 6-mile run. This thing, a lot more solid on the 6-mile run, just because on the 20-mile run yesterday, it did start to get a little bit heavy after around mile 15. Then again, it's the first time that I've actually ran with a handheld water bottle. So I think it'll just take a little bit of getting used to. I did want to call this out, these sunglasses. They worked out really well, and I'm really glad that I took them until I actually got home and I took them off. Like, that's when I felt like, oh shoot, these were on here pretty tight. They were fine for this 6-mile run that I just did. Yeah, so I think it's just gonna be a matter of like adjusting how tight I want them on me, because I know that you can move the little arms around. So yeah, nose piece was fine. Yesterday, it was a bit annoying with the watch dying on me. I did have plans to charge it to make sure that it was close to a full battery before I left. And I got sidetracked with some of the things that I was finishing up. So yeah, that was totally on me. I mean, if you don't log your runs, I mean, do they even count? The other thing, I know I mentioned it yesterday, like I really dislike the fact that in getting to the trail that I was making my way to, there were just too many lights, too many big streets. So I had to do a lot of stopping, which I really just hate because it just kind of throws off my rhythm. It takes me out of the zone. So I'm gonna have to try and find a better path to get to that trail. I did run over 20 miles. Luckily, those runs that I do, the long runs especially, like they're never for time. It's really just a matter of like getting the mileage in. So the time doesn't concern me too much. Overall, it was a pretty great run. I was exhausted after, really sore. Yeah, so it took me maybe a good hour after I was done to really kind of get going again. I was beat. That is it. Thanks again for watching. This is your boy LJ, and I'll catch you next time.